we're glad you're joining us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. We have just one girl with us today. So we
If you're new to us, sometimes there's three, but just one today.
Just one. The other two are off with their friends. So important. Mm-hmm. What's today? Today's
Sunday.
Sunday, April. Do you know?
Is it the 11th?
Yes, it's the 11th.
Ooh.
Ooh. Whose birthday is this month?
Daddy's, Millie's, and mine.
We have lots of birthdays in April. Mm-hmm.
Mimi's going to have to hang up from this and go do some shopping, and hopefully it'll all get here before we leave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, because they're coming over next weekend.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yay, fun.
So we are mother-daughter and sometimes granddaughter channel, and we live on opposite sides of our state. So we are doing it via Zoom. But next week we might be able to do it in person if we get to stay long enough at your house.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We credit COVID for letting us do this because it made us figure out Zoom.
All of a sudden we knew how.
Yeah.
Because of other situations when we had talked about doing it for probably at least a year before.
And we are in Washington State. Okay. And Rosie's the baby of three sisters. Not the baby. She's the youngest of three.
She's very sensitive about being the littlest.
You know what? I still call Uncle Sam, my littlest. I still call him Baby Sam or Baby Gats. He just laughs about it.
The little thing about him being baby, called baby. He's tall. He's the tallest of our whole family.
The tallest of all the kids, and he's the baby. It's okay. It's okay to be the baby. You get special things because you're the baby.
Where's your cross? What do you have to show today?
I have my cross.
Is it over there? Oh, okay. Why don't you grab it? Okay, show what you want to show first. Okay.
Wait, no.
Sorry, I'm going to have to fix this. I'm sorry, people, but it's driving me crazy.
Okay, so Rosie's going to
keeping it real, people.
Cross stitch whip first. It's just tangled up in her scissors. The thread is tangled.
What were you working on? You were working on, what was she working on before? I haven't seen her cross stitch for a butterfly.
Can I say what you're working on?
No.
She's like, don't tell, don't tell.
Okay.
You'll be able to tell when you look at it. Are you coming sometime?
Yes.
Soon?
Bring it on over, tangled mess and all. Okay. That's right, it was a butterfly.
Our little kit that she's working on.
Wow, I don't think you had all the black part of its wings before when you showed it. You got a lot done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you finished all that black.
Mm-hmm.
Now she started on the yellow.
Oh, good job, Ro.
Wing. And she has one other thing to show, which is also a whip. It's not quite finished, right? What do you have left to do? Can you remember?
Yeah.
Okay, come show what we made. Why don't you tell how we made this? What did we use to make this?
Clay.
Clay on what?
Clay on a pottery wheel.
Oh.
Mine.
Oh, it cracked. Oh. It's okay. It's still pretty.
Can you wet it?
No.
I think if you wet it, it'll crack more now that it's air dried.
Oh.
It's an air dried
And
clay.
I'm gonna paint it.
Oh, what color are you gonna paint it?
I don't know yet.
Do you think you'll do stripes or solid color or dots? Don't know yet.
Was it really, really soft when you started and kind of watery? Do you run water through this, Sarah?
Mm-mm. Well, no. So it's a kit. It's another like pottery wheel came with a couple things of powder that you mix with water to make the clay. So the first batch we made, what was wrong with it?
It was too watery.
Yeah, we accidentally added. I didn't know what texture exactly we were going for. So then the second batch, we didn't add as much water and we mixed in the stuff that was too watery. And we came up with something that I think was, next time I would buy actual clay that was already ready to just knead and mix. But
yeah, good job.
Rosie shaped this all herself. It's a pottery wheel for kids from Hearthsong. So it's not like a super fancy, I mean, real pottery wheels are thousands of dollars or something, hundreds, I don't know, really expensive. This is a kid's one. And you just have to kind of go slow and steady. And she did this
How does the wheel move? How do you keep the wheel moving?
There's a foot pedal.
Oh, so there is. Okay. So
Like a
you do
sewing
have-
machine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
And then
Mhm.
you cup your hands around it and it shapes into a circle.
Like, how do you do
Oh.
it?
And then
Show how you did it with your hands. Like it was spinning, like the lump of clay was going around
Oh,
and
sure.
around.
Yeah, like a real wheel. Yeah.
Just like a real wheel.
and
Good
then when it was ready, when it was all circled, you would stick your thumb and make a hole and then stick it in and with your other hand you'd do it still like
So
that.
you'd keep shaping it with one hand while your thumb was
Uh-huh.
shaping the hole in the middle.
Tricky.
And then we pulled up the sides kind of a little bit, like
Very
pinching it.
tricky.
And then there's
Mhm.
like a knife thing that I cut off the sides.
Yeah, so that it's all smooth on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just let it, put it on a piece of wax paper, and it dried for about 2 days. And now it's ready to paint.
Good job.
That was our another project we did. Last time we had done leather working.
Do you have more clay to do more? Yeah.
Yeah, we could save the clay that we had already mixed that we didn't use and put it in a Ziploc
Did,
baggie, our best
did the big-
friend.
Did the big lot, big lot. Did the big sisters do one too?
Millie did one, just Millie.
Mhm.
And she was going to show it today, but I guess she'll show it next week. Probably
Okay.
by next week it'll be painted, so it'll be finished.
Yeah.
So that was a birthday gift for Rosie for last year that we just didn't ever get out and use. So I thought we have got to
Congratulations.
do pottery wheel.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit of an ordeal and very messy, really, really messy, but it was fun.
When I hear pottery wheel, I just think instantly huge mess.
Huge mess, which is probably why we hadn't really done it, because I knew it was going to take a lot of thought for me. Next time it won't take as much work for me because they'll already know at least the process once we
Right. You know now. You already have it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's everything you have to share?
Mhm.
Are you going to go down and play? Okay.
Okay.
Well, we had a fun time yesterday. For anybody who is watching that joined us, thank you for joining our Zoom coffee chat. I don't know, I want to call it like a coffee date or something, or like but our Zoom meetup. It's just fun.
We'll just call it a stitching
Stitching meetup.
circle.
Stitching circle. That's nice. Our Zoom stitch circle. It was really fun. I had a great time.
And I just want to say that we had a raffle
Yeah.
for those that were there.
Yeah.
And Janny from Evergreen Stitcher, who actually is in the same area that Sarah lives.
She actually is my neighbor.
And it is called Next Door, and it's Heartstring Samplery. I just want to show this pattern because it's really cute.
It is really cute.
And it's the new one. I think it just came out. And my needlework store was just unpacking it when I was there. Yeah, it was released in January. And it just says, I wish you lived next door.
Is it a bird? Is it like a?
Yeah, it's a funky little bird. It's like that whole old-fashioned sampler look. These little guys, and I don't know, it's just sweet. I love those little tiny pom-poms that it's finished with too.
That is really
So
cute.
anyway, and that's a shout out for Janny. She doesn't upload as often as we do. She does it a little less frequently, but
Yeah, but her channel is Evergreen Stitcher. So if you're looking,
yeah, she's got a stunning eagle piece she's working on. And then I also had commented yesterday on a Santa that she's doing that just is really nostalgic to me. It just kind of reminds me of the 60s and early 70s. So anyway, congratulations again to Janny. But we did have a great fun. We had about 11 people plus you and I.
Yeah, I think so. We had, I think 13 total with you and I.
Everybody got to show what they were working on, and more experienced stitchers than us shared tips, and it's great fun. And this is a shout out to Kanday who joined us. I want you to know that I did clean off the bike over here. The stuff that was on the bike is now under my desk that you can't see. But all these baskets, I just want you to know there's a theme in this room. All those baskets, and even that white one down there, are filled with cross stitch stuff.
It's your craft room, basically.
This kind of is. That whole area is.
So Kanday had said she always gets worried when she's going to do a floss tube because she feels like, oh, what does my background look like? Is it too like, and then she said, but I thought about Kim's background with the exercise bike and the magazine piled on top of it, and I feel much better about it or something. So now the pressure is on for you, Candy, because look how much better it looks behind you.
Looks so much better.
That cracked me up.
I mean, there's like my husband's I don't know, his old yesterday's clothes are over here out of the view. My
Oh, are they
shoes-
still there? Because when he first logged on and we were getting ready to start, he was like, oh, there's my pajamas in the background, but he didn't even move them. He just put them on top of the side of the
No, they're just over a little farther. My shoes are in the closet, the bathroom right straight behind me. I threw all my shoes that were on the floor in there. And, oh, yes, yes.
My
it's fun.
house is perfect. It never has mess. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah. she's a
I'm not
liar.
going to show you what's
She is a liar.
literally on the floor around me. It's
I think we both have finishes today. Did you
I
say you
have
finished?
finished.
hers?
You have
I-
finished too. Yeah. Do you
I'm
want to
not
do
totally
finishes or
finished.
featured friends? What do we want to do?
Oh, featured friends. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll start with that. So this week's featured friend is absolutely gorgeous. It's Julie from Stitching at the Cabin. She sent us an email with pictures of her keto, which is a design based on a painting. It's a heaven and earth design. And the painting is by Annie Stagg, who I didn't even realize that Annie Stagg, who's one of my favorite artists, has heaven and earth designs. So I never have felt like I would be all that interested in doing a heaven and earth design
Are you gonna do keto?
until this week. No, I'm not going to do keto. I picked a different one,
No way.
but I'm not doing it yet. It's like a someday project when I'm like ready for something big.
Do you have a picture of the one you picked?
Ooh, I'll have to see if I can find it. Yes, I do know what it is, but it'll take me a second to find it.
Julie.
So Julie's been working on
Julie.
keto.
Julie,
She's
you're making her
super
cross over.
enabling me. Like my world was rocked when I found out that I could do an Annie Stagg painting in cross stitch, because I follow her on Instagram actually, and so I see her updates and her paintings.
Keto
They're
is such a-
just so mythical and like
they're weird.
fantasy, which
Yeah.
isn't typically like my decorating style, but I just love her paintings. Like I love watching her process now and then, and it's just gorgeous. They're just so ethereal, and the
Okay,
colors.
so we'll blame Julie for getting you to cross over to the Hague side, and I'll blame Tina from TinaStitches for making me drool over all of her Mirabilias that I never really thought I would ever really want to stitch.
I know.
I'm doing the sunflower fairy, but it's a small one. You know, it's not one of the big, oh, but she showed some in her latest video, people. If you, oh, just stunning. So Sarah and I are slowly moving towards bigger projects, although I can't seem to finish my small ones. So I'm not sure.
I know, like this is probably the least thing we need to do. I'm seeing if I can pull up the one that I really love of the I'm going to do, but in the meantime, here I'll insert the picture of keto from Julie. There's a couple photos, so I'll put them right here. Figured I'd send a whip on over. I love that you are doing it too. Because they're the ones who have started doing this. Just sorry, I didn't give that as background, that we caught the idea from them and we loved it so much, the idea of featuring people who watch us.
Yeah.
So she says, this is Keto by Annie Stagg. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm doing it on 25 count 2/1, keeping needles threaded, which is why I have so many needle minders. I call it my 20-year project and recently joined a SAL with someone else working on keto. It is keto. It's okay. Here's, if you want to do this, the hashtag is hashtag keto Annie Stagg 20-year SAL. You know, keto can be seen at the beginning of each of our episodes, which I had seen it, but I didn't click in that it was an Annie Stagg. And I told her, oh, I might be getting a 40-year project pretty soon, because for me, it's more than a 20-year project.
Yeah.
So just stunning. Let me see if I can find the one I'm thinking of doing. And The one I'm looking at, there's a couple different ones. She has a few Thumbelina ones that are just, well, here's one of them. I don't think this is the one I was most drawn to. There's another one that I like even more. But I looked at that one. Look at that.
Wow.
So it's Thumbelina and the toad.
Yeah, that's
Let me
pretty.
see. I think it's on the next page, the one I'm thinking of doing someday when I am super crazy.
Are the ones you're looking at as big as keto? I know that Hay does smaller ones.
So the one I'm looking at is Tiny Traveler, and it is 650 stitches by 487 stitches. I don't know how that on 25 count. I don't know. It's a 26 inch by 19 3/8 inch. I don't know how that compares to the other.
I don't either.
Hay.
Well,
Here's the
I don't
picture.
know. I'm looking at it's TinaStitches Beloved. That's a Hay. It's huge.
Here's the one. Can you hear my dogs howling in the background?
Here, I'm barking. Oh yeah, that's pretty.
The one I think if I were gonna do one, that's I think the one I would do. I love it.
Yeah.
I enjoy looking at other people's haids, but I don't usually love the really like the dragon. That's just not like she often has those kind of really surprising elements in her paintings. Like it's like a portrait of somebody and then there's a like a dragon or something in the background. And
Yeah.
I like that, but I liked this one better without quite as much of the like I'm not one to stitch a bunch of fairies, although the sunflower fairy, those ones are really beautiful, but mermaids and stuff just don't typically appeal to me at this point, but I love that Thumbelina. Okay, I'm hoping those dogs are gonna settle down soon. Can you hear
really
them?
got them going?
I know.
Okay. So thank you, Julie,
Sorry.
for sending that in and letting us showcase your stunning piece.
Yeah. And for like rocking my world and opening the doors.
Yeah.
So if you are watching and you have, even if you've done it before, feel free to send us any, I'm just kind of going through the order I receive things and we'll just feature one a week. And if you have something you want us to show and kind of show and tell for you, we would love to do that.
It can be
so email us at the email in our description box.
It can be something that you've already finished. It's hanging on your wall that you want to show.
Yeah, it can be a whip or a finish or a fully finished.
Yeah. Please do. We love seeing what everybody else is stitching. Besides, especially if you show us a finished project, because we don't get very many finished ones of our own.
We'll just capitalize on your finishes. Speaking of finishes, what did you finish this week? I
finished spring in my.
Oh, yes.
It was Barbara Anna. It was my magazine monthly March piece, and it became my April piece.
You finished it so fast.
Well, I just really worked on it. I really didn't have that much to do when I ended in March. But basically, I did. It's
really cute.
Once I got the flowers done, because that was a lot of color changing, it went fast because the key is all one color. The houses have 3 colors. They're little.
Yeah.
I changed the spring. It was supposed to be one of these greens. I changed it to the maroon. I wanted it to show up more. Right. And I also had done a different blue because the called for blue wasn't going to show up on this blue fabric. I just went one number different. Huh?
I like the one you did.
Yeah, it works out okay. So I'm going to make it into a pillow.
Is it going to be a heart-shaped pillow?
No. Are you kidding me?
That'd be so cute though.
No, I don't, I'd have to make it. I mean, I suppose if I made a template and cut it all out, but
totally do it.
No.
You could totally do it, but no. Don't do it.
And I have to make a joke, not a joke, but I would love to get in there and actually make the pillow. I have a pillow that's in progress in my sewing room. It's our extra room. And my husband has made the joke that, it's not a room right now. It's baby Junie's closet because baby Junie's mommy and daddy live in an RV behind on that side of my house. And right now they're in our guest room because after mommy came home with her C-section, she didn't want to climb in and out of an RV bed and closer to a bathroom and because they're right across the hall. So anyway, they're in one of our guest rooms. And then we had a shower for her. So she got all these gifts and people have sent gifts and she wasn't even ready to have the baby yet. So they were still collecting stuff before she went into labor and she's trying to get organized. And So I said, just put it all in the yellow room. So my husband calls that room Junie's closet because there's a lot of stuff in there. But my sewing machine's in there, so I can't get to it right now. But I will. I do plan on finishing this before I'm not just going to put it in the box of finishes because I think I don't have a lot of spring decorations. So if I take some Easter stuff down, this would be cute to keep up. So anyway, I was pretty happy that I met that goal.
Yes.
I love Barbara Anna. You know me, being Barbara Anna. We're like
it is
this.
really cute.
I
also
wish Barbara Anna and I were like this.
You wish she lived next door.
Yeah.
You could just test stitch all her design.
That would be a dream.
I also have a finish, and I pretty much finished it. I realized after our Zoom call, I said I finished it, and then I realized I had a couple little stitches left that I forgot to do, like the inner of the flower. This is called August's Poppies by Cottage Garden Samplings.
So
and
cute.
I am in love with it. I'm so glad I stitched this. I think it's just going to be so nice.
I love the different colors and the letters.
I do too. And that's actually two different colors. One is Blue Jay and one is,
it turned out really nice.
What's the other? I think it's called Mediterranean Sea. I think it's the dark blue.
There's such a nice rich color of blue.
Let's see. It is, yes.
So
it's Gentle Arts, Blue Jay, and Mediterranean Sea are what those letters are.
The verse is so cute on it. We're beach people anyway, so the beach just kind of.
Well, and I just still love these waves.
Mm-hmm.
They just look.
It's sweet.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how I'm gonna fully finish it. It could be a cute pillow. It's kind of on the big side, but for like a little throw pillow on the couch, it would be kind of cute. Like
hold it up.
Well, maybe too small for a throw pillow on the couch.
You could just put.
I guess if I left
it, you could put a hanger on it and hang it on the wall as a pillow.
Yeah, that's true. Or I could just.
I did my Barbara Anna funny little chick girl over here.
I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh yeah.
She's not terribly small. I mean, she's the other direction, but I just put her in a pillow. She actually hangs on my desk drawer. Knob.
I've seen her there before.
You know, I think you can do bigger pillows and she could hang.
Yeah, I could. So I haven't decided because I'm really bad at finishing.
Again, if you don't know, this is the free Barbara Anna. She did it for the Be Well and Stitch a year ago, people. A year ago.
Wow. Oh yeah. Weird.
I worked on this pretty monogamously. Like I have very distinct memories still of just sitting in that. Well, we had different chairs in here. We had wing backs, and I have a TV up over here, and I would just sit for hours. On the weekends. I mean, literally, we had nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. My house wasn't really a mess, and if it was, I didn't really care. And I just stitched and stitched and stitched. I stayed up late. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, crazy times. Crazy. I'll never forget that. I do have a 2020 charm that I'm going to put on here.
Mm-hmm. That's a good spot for it.
Yeah.
And that was from Heather Miller, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I just saw mine the other day and thought, I need to figure out what I want to put that on.
Yeah.
I need to look back over my.
No, I mean, I started that pandemic long dog, but that's my 20-year project.
Yeah, that'll be a long one.
Yeah.
What are your whips that you worked on this week?
My whips this week, I threw away my wheel last week. I mean, I didn't throw it away. I just didn't obey it. I did nothing.
You threw it away.
Threw it away. I did nothing that was on it. Not one thing.
Wait, I think you've said that for about 4 weeks in a row. Why are you?
I love it. But I love having it. I'm like, anyway, so I'm not going to spin again. Although I did spin one because I said last week that my wheel really wants me to work on that shepherd's bush Peter's patch, and it's a terrible, terrible border. And I just didn't want to do it, but I thought I'll leave it on there.
Just make yourself do it for like 15 minutes.
It's not like I didn't work just on that one. I just didn't work on anything else that was on that list. So I thought, okay, well, I'm clearly not in the mood to do that piece. I'm going to spin again for this coming week for my Saturday or Sundays. So I spun my wheel and picked Peter's patch again.
It's
like, no,
you're going to work on this.
I'm not. So anyway, I changed it. But anyway, I did work. I think I was just kind of focused on my magazine monthly challenge because I worked a lot on this. I kind of got in the zone. It was easy. So I did this a lot, and I also worked on my Joyful World SAL for April, which is also on my magazine monthly, and it's also my whip go. So I worked on my April.
Aw.
Fabric's getting crazy. So I finished, I think, this flower, and then I did the bunny, and I did the April.
I liked April, but I didn't feel like I loved the colors in that one. I think it's just a personal preference because I think they're probably really cute colors. They just weren't like the ones that grabbed me. Like,
Yeah,
I love that one.
This one,
I like the rabbit. I mean, I liked the design.
it's got a little squirrel over here in case you're not familiar. I love the pink flowers over. I love the flowers.
I know.
Somebody
I
I
think
saw
it was maybe a little more muted coloring than some of the others, and I tend to like really vibrant coloring.
Somebody I saw on the Facebook page replaced that funny little squirrel with a big Easter egg.
Oh, that would be cute.
No, I should go back and look at that and see if I could recreate that. So that's what I'm
you just
working on.
don't do the squirrel and you just do an oval shape.
I know, but she like had stripes in it. She had cute colors. They like a design on it. I might do that actually, because April to me actually, I know it's not always Easter, but it usually is. Once in a while, Easter's in March, right?
Yeah, I think so, but it's mostly in April, but occasionally.
I did get a lot I might visit that Easter egg thing. That's kind of cute. And pick some other colors. So I worked on that quite a bit. And I worked on, like I said, I was kind of not monogamous, but hold on a second. Where'd my other one go? My dreaming girl. Oh, there she is. I worked on my dreaming girl, and she is coming along. I think I pretty much now have clue 1 and 2 done.
Oh, good. You're almost caught up to where I am.
So here we go.
I really need to pull her out and figure out where I made my mistake.
Yesterday during our little stitch along, I worked on up here.
Yeah, you got a lot done.
I finished all that yesterday and last night. I did this little bit over here. I almost missed that on the clue. Just kind of blurry there. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And Candy made my day because Candy, she was with me all along the way when I was agonizing over her hair. And she said yesterday that she really liked it. Kind of made her want to stitch it. So thank you, Candy.
Candy from the 614 Stitcher.
Yeah,
she has a Flosstube as well.
So she got a lot of love last night.
That's cute.
Just kind of,
I like it. I mean, I liked it all along, but I like it more and more as you go with the gray.
Yeah. So I did that. And then the last thing I worked on, I've kitted up some things to show, but I worked on Things of Summer, which actually is part of my magazine monthly. So I worked on, let's see. So in case you don't know what this is, it's Alicia Paulson, Things of Summer. And I worked on this and this. So the little wreath, head wreath, and the drink.
And I have mine. I was just organizing all the things that I still need to mail out. So I have everything organized, and mine is going to be mailed out. I think to Sandy is the one Sandy Halverson, I think is the one who I'm sending. So Sandy, if you're watching, I still remember that I need to send that to you, and I'm planning to get to the post office. I'm now organized. You got that little wreath done.
Yep.
That makes me think of do you remember when I was little, we went to the Puyallup Fair?
Yes.
Not very often, probably. I don't know how many times we went when I was little, but we went into that expo room where there's all those things set up, and we bought a dried flower wreath that hung in my room like on a shelf.
Was that at the fair?
In my mind, it's at the fair. I don't know where else we would have gotten that.
I don't feel like we ever went to the fair till you were in college, because we usually avoided it, but it might have been a different fair. We did go to some smaller ones.
A different fair. Maybe it was a different fair, but somewhere we had bought. I was very little, like really little.
Yeah.
But I remember getting it. That is so cute.
Yeah. There's a lot of color changes in that. 2 hours.
There's like 3 or 4 different flowers, and each one has 1 or 2 different colors.
Right. And then the iced drink, and I picked this for my acrostic for iced drink in the word rain. Oh yeah, it's coming along here. I realize I haven't done the back stitching up in that group of flowers still, and I've got several more of these little areas where there's the little yellow Yeah, but
Mhm.
so cute, so cute. And there's still some hefty stitching left on this. I've got some bigger, like the basket motif is, the geraniums are gonna take some time. So anyway, that was fun. It was, yeah, it was kind of fun to work on that. I was actually kind of looking forward to summer while I was working on this. And if you know me, you know that that does not happen very often because summer is not my favorite. And neither is spring. Okay, that's all I worked on. It was pretty, and guys, I got to get crack-a-lacking on my hoity-toity for my whip go. I think I'm going to try to, yeah, I need to get going on that.
Yeah, I know I need to get a little bit more done on my whip go pieces than I did this week, but this week, let's see, I have a few things to show. I really worked a lot on this one, on the August poppies.
Yeah.
I kind of like you did with your finish. I just was so close to finishing. I thought, well, I'm just going to keep going. But I did put in quite a few stitches. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because it's kind of boring stitching still along the background of those words. So really, that's the last, other than filling in a little green that I got now on that tree. But once I just am going, it's something I can easily do while watching TV. So if we're watching something that's a little bit like that I could just do something kind of mindless. I'm just going up and down and up and down. So I don't even have to look at the chart for it anymore. I could probably put away all the colors. I could probably put everything away and just.
That's the last thing you actually have to do.
Yeah, there's a little bit of green on the tree at the top that I had run out of that green and now I have. And then just that, I forget what color, eggshell, I think. Eggshell.
Right. I forgot to mention too, this pattern, this Spring in My Heart by Barbara Anna, is in the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Spring 2020 magazine. So in case you're interested in it.
Yes, it is. That's a cute one. Sorry for the.
If you're organized to send out stuff, does that mean my magazine's getting put in the mail?
Oh, well, I can send it in the mail or you can get it next weekend when you're here.
Oh, that's true. I'll just get it when I come next week.
I have 2 for you now. Another one came this week.
Oh, it's going to be like,
it'll be like Christmas. So I finally did. I talked for a while about wanting to start this fresh from the garden, Little House Needleworks. And I finally did. I put it on that green Ada that you had originally had your Easter peep on.
That just never looked.
So I pulled that out. I forget where it is.
Oh, it's going to be pretty on that.
Yeah, I totally changed all the colors. Well,
but you know, grungy green is great for a garden piece.
I know. I thought that's actually kind of perfect to have it be a little bit like grungy. I don't know.
That color is not showing up very well. It's greener than what's showing up on your, at least on what I can see right now.
I'll show it again, but here's the colors I'm playing with. I think a couple of these I'm not sure about. The greens, I was kind of playing with them. But here's the.
It looks so gardeny and fresh.
I know. I just really didn't. So this pattern is weird. I'm wondering if it's really old. I can't remember when it was put out. Well, 2010, but it calls for crescent colors, which I think became Classic Colorworks, right? Yeah. But when I was looking for conversions for DMC from both crescent or Classic Colorworks, almost every single one of the colors it calls for did not have a conversion that I could find online. Maybe like 2 of them did. I forget which ones.
Oh, because maybe they're older.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're, and in fact, I'm not even sure what those colors look like. I mean, Blackbird I've seen, Barn Door, Roasted Chestnut, I've seen those, I think. But anyways, I just scrapped the color list and went through my stash.
And matched to the picture? Did you match it just to the picture?
A little bit, but I'm changing a little. So instead of that red, I was toying with doing okay, here, let me show you the picture. I was toying with doing this bittersweet orange for those flowers, but I think I'm going to use this brighter red.
Which flowers? Hold it
up by the Garden Fresh. And then there's the radishes. I think I'm going to keep it red.
Yeah, I would keep it red. For
I
sure,
mean,
the radishes.
Mostly there's like 2 or 3 greens, a brownish color, and a red. Oh, and the black, which I'm going to use the dark gray instead of the Blackbird. I'm using soot. And you can see how that's showing up. So it's a little bit lighter. It's not as dark. I kind of liked that. Yeah. So here's what the colors will look like I think minus the orange. I'll probably take the orange out. And I might switch. Yeah, my color it's not like coming out really great and
Maybe
true to
that's a little closer to the
little better.
green. It is
It's
definitely a grungy
more
green.
green than it's looking in the screen.
Actually, Sarah, that orange might not be bad for those flowers with the red radishes.
Yeah, maybe I'll leave maybe I will do the orange for the flowers and then do
Yeah,
the
it gives
radishes
you a little more depth of color.
red.
Yeah.
So do this orange
Mhm.
for the yellow and then do radish and the radishes.
Yeah,
red.
I would. I like that. I think you
I
should.
kind of wish there was a little bit more red. I could do some of the letters red, I guess, like some of these
Oh yeah.
from the alphabet.
Is there room to do a couple more radishes somewhere in there?
Actually, yeah, I probably could just put a couple more radishes somewhere.
Kind of scatter them around in there. I don't know. That would give you maybe up towards the, I don't know, top a little bit more.
Yeah, I might have to play around with that.
That'd be cute.
But yeah, I
Cute
really
pattern.
think it's cute.
Simple
Do you
little
remember
pattern.
what count this is? Because the count is nice and small.
I think it's 18.
Yeah, I don't know. It just was nice.
But it might have shrunk a little because I'm sure I baked it.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe it was 18 and it went down to.
Yeah. I'm almost positive it's 18. I wasn't doing anything. Wasn't doing 20s or 22, and I never did anything on 16 or 14 when I came back to stitching. I've always done 18.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to stitch on it. I feel like it just the
Yeah.
stitches are really even or something on it. Like
Uh-huh.
so I started
that's
that,
pretty.
which was a fun thing. I should have waited and started it in May for Mania, but I didn't want to.
Yes, people, we have to start thinking about Mania because next week is the middle of April already, and that leaves.
I know. I need to start making decisions on what I'm going to do I like doing something for Mania, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So I need to spend some time thinking about that.
Well, I've already decided I'm not doing 30 new starts. I just have no business.
At most, I'll do a start on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll do like try and finish Mania, but that's kind of boring. I like doing starts.
Oh, you got autumn out. I know.
So this is my Whip Go piece. And I don't know, I can't remember how long I worked on this, but.
And that's Things of Autumn by Alicia
Autumn.
Paulson, which is a companion piece to my Things of Summer.
So this week I did this little guy there, little acorn.
Cute.
And so I have a decent amount left. I need to do this, which I'm not really super excited about doing that notebook paper.
I know.
Rows of white. And then that leaf pumpkin. What's that? Candle. Oh, candle and the boots. And then
But the notebook paper will go fast. Square.
That's true. Just a square of white.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be gray.
It might be, but you know what I mean. It's just,
Oh,
but it's
no,
light.
it is all white. It's white, but it's lined. The reason it's not showing up right is there are little probably backstitching blue to make it lined. It's pretty cute. And I think there's French knots for the holes. So my goal is to get that done this month, April, for Whip Go, but I better get moving on my Whip Go pieces because I am not.
No.
It's like the middle of April. And I haven't done it. But I finally did. I guess I don't have to finish it this month, but I do really want to. I don't have the picture for this, but I finally finished my Whip Go goal for Snapperland. And here's where I finally ended. I got the house done.
Oh, you
except
did.
for the
It's
snow
so
on the roof.
cute.
And it's cute. So that's where that is. I actually spun ahead of time this week to see if I wanted to try and spin and work on those projects. And I spun this one and I was kind of like, I'm kind of over Snapperland at the moment because I worked on it for 8 hours this last month. Oh, I'll show my knitting whip actually because I've made some progress on this little sweater.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you should show that. Yeah, okay. I think that's okay. You didn't work on your blue. You worked on your August poppies, Things of Autumn. Oh, and your garden piece. Which I want that pattern.
I worked on Snapperland.
I want that little garden pattern when you're done.
Okay.
Snapperland, that's right. That's cute. That little house was a big thing to get done. Yeah,
it was quite a bit of stitching for like a little tiny thing. Okay. The last thing I was thinking I would share for my whips, it's going to be kind of hard to show because I'm in the middle of a row because I was knitting it during church and then the sermon ended and I needed to put it away. But that's okay. I'm still working on this little Sunday sweater for baby Juniper.
Oh, so
with my coffee so it doesn't dip in. I'm almost done, I think, with the, I don't know how much longer to make it because this pattern is designed for older, bigger sizes. And then she made some adaptations for 0 to 3 and 3 to 6 months. So I'm basically knitting like one of those small newborn sizes, but I'm doing it even smaller, hoping that it's a little bit more preemie size. So then 0 to 3, she says, go from here to here, like here to the bottom for 8.5 inches. And then there's like a 6-inch, just I think stockinette or
6-inch.
it's 8.5. I'm sorry, 8.5 inches from here to here, she says. And then there's 6 rows, 6 rows.
You said 6-inch, and I thought, what? That thing would be huge.
6 more rows of just like a border, a garter stitch border along the bottom, kind of like.
I would do it now.
Would you start now?
Yeah.
With the, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I'm going to do one more row so it ends the pattern.
Yeah.
And then you switch to smaller needles and then do the little thing. And then I was toying with keeping it short sleeved. The pattern is long sleeved. I mean, I would go through and do like little ruffle, or I could just do it long sleeve like the pattern calls for.
Well, we're going into summer.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll fit her this summer.
We don't think it'll fit her this summer? She's almost 5 pounds.
Yeah, maybe. It just still looks big compared in my brain to her pictures, but.
No, I think that'll fit her. That'll fit her midsummer. It's cute.
So I
And
could
it's
just
still
do a few rows and do like little like cap sleeves with a little ruffle.
You could
like
do a little
gather.
or a little picot bind off, or
Yeah. I don't mind knitting the sleeves, but first of all, it'll get done sooner if I leave it short. And also I have always really liked short sleeve sweaters because it pops on over top of little long sleeve things and then it's kind of out of the way. Easier to get the arms in and out of. And so maybe I will just leave it short sleeved and I don't know. The sleeves on this pattern, I don't have the pattern handy. I left it in the living room.
The only thing is that if she's wearing a short sleeve thing already because it's summer, you might want a little bit more of a sleeve just to give it that extra.
Maybe I'll just go ahead and do the long sleeves. I like the long sleeves. They have a lot of positive ease. They kind of have a cute like.
Yeah, I would do the long.
And then it's gathered kind of at the.
It's an airy sweater. It's not going to be a hot, heavy worsted sweater. It's going to be one of those little things you would put on if it was a little cool.
Okay, I'll do the sleeves.
Yeah,
there. That's little.
And she's going to be so tiny still. I have to say, we were at my future daughter-in-law's wedding shower that her mom and maid of honor gave her yesterday, and her stepsister was there with her Chihuahua. Her Chihuahua was about this big, about this tall. It was tiny.
Did Cassidy?
And I looked at Cassidy. I said, "Is that about as big as Junie is?" She goes, "Yeah, she's a little fuller than the Chihuahua was." But literally, I saw this little Chihuahua running around, and it was tiny, tinier than I've known. And I'm like, it's like I'm watching like baby Junie running around. But she is 4 pounds, 14.5 ounces today.
Oh, wow.
Almost 5 pounds.
Almost 5 pounds.
Yeah. And mommy sent me a couple pictures today, and her little cheeks are filled out a little bit more even. And I'm just so anxious for her to come home and kiss on her little sweet cheeks. Anyway,
no, I cannot wait to meet her.
But yeah, that sweater will be that'll be nice for summer, because our evenings can get cool down. You know, the heat of summer, like middle of July through maybe the end of August. But even when we have hot days in August, the evenings tend to start to cool down. And so we have a quick transition here from spring to fall. I mean, from summer to fall. We have a long transition from winter to summer, and a really quick one from summer to fall. So I think, that'd be cute. And
I feel like we're the opposite on this side of the mountains. It's really quick from winter to summer. Like we have like a very short spring, and then we have this beautiful fall that kind of lingers on till almost.
Why agriculture's so hot, it's so good there, really.
Yeah. So I do really love our falls here. They're so nice.
I really love my falls here too. Can't wait.
I know, they're really pretty.
I mean, more months, May, June, July, August, September. 5 more months till fall.
Oh, gosh. What's your haul? Because I don't have any haul, but what's your haul?
My haul really was not a whole lot of excitement, but I did buy some fabric. So I
want to know what my haul was? Here, let me tell what my haul was. We got a new car. That's a big haul that prevents
really nice
any other haul for quite some time.
So I talked last week about how I bought the Dreaming Frida SAL that
Yeah.
goes, the companion, not companion, but the Dreaming Girl. And I can't show you the actual, I'm not sure I actually printed a bigger picture of the actual clue. But it's kind of a southwestern, it's got those beautiful flowers and that little
I
cactus.
love that cactus.
I know. And I had bought some of the floss at Joann's, but they were out of a lot of it when I was there. So I did go to my little trusty Threadneedle Street. She's such a doll. And I bought fabric for it. And I'm not doing plain old brown fabric because, I didn't do Dreaming Girl on regular fabric. So I bought this piece of, what's it called? Smoky Pearl. And I think these are Zweigert. I'm not really sure. She doesn't put the brand on it. 32 count linen.
Oh,
So these are the, oops, I got a tape issue going on. These are the colors that are going to be on it. So I think
nice.
the only color that was maybe a little iffy would be this. And I think it's going to show up okay on it.
I think so. Yeah, because it's got a little bit more of a greeny tint.
Yeah. So I had bought another piece too, in case I didn't like the blue. Sorry. But I think I'm going to like it. And I think it's going to be really pretty on there. And I can't wait. And I'm hoping to start that. So let's go. That's part of my plans. I want to start her too. Whoopsie. We lost a tag. A color.
Ooh, uh-oh.
That's dangerous. Anyway, so I really bought some threads and some fabric, but I also bought the thread and fabric I showed these last week. It was these adorable little Pine Mountain snapshots because I am planning on starting this week too. It's the April.
Mm-hmm.
The little slicker.
Okay, it's really glary. Hold it up closer.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to take it out of the package. Sorry, guys. Yeah, in case
These are the ones you showed last week, though, right?
Yeah. I just have the April with me today, but it's like the little rain slicker and boots and the bunnies and
Cute.
what is that there? Oh, it's an umbrella.
Oh, over the.
Yeah. And she had this piece of linen and it's being discontinued, this colorway. And I don't know what brand it is. She doesn't put it on. It's called Baby Lotion and it's a pale pink.
Oh, that's. Oh.
I'm like gray. I don't know. It's probably not showing up. But with the colors, I had bought some of the fancy floss for it on 1-2-3 Stitch, but they were out of some of them. So I actually found all of that, what I needed from her. And these are all the colors.
Wow.
So I think they'll be really pretty on the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Baby lotion. And then there's a few DMCs. So I love these and I want to start it. I really want to start it because I need more projects. But baby lotion just kind of got me. And I thought, oh man, and they're discontinuing. So if I don't buy this piece now, I might not ever get to stitch on it. And I love the color. So that was basically my haul. I bought a few other fancy flosses for the March one that I bought, but I'm not going to start that one right now. But I'm thinking I should probably buy the May one and get that here.
Yeah. Probably, so that you have it ready.
That was all except for also the pattern that I bought that we gave away yesterday as our little stitching raffle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I got some issue going on here.
We went yesterday after our little Zoom chat. I read for a little bit. I just kind of zoned out. And then we had talked about going to look at this car that we'd had our eye on. We needed to buy a new car. We have a Suburban, which is great. We live out rurally, so we kind of like having a good 4-wheel option, but it's a gas guzzler. And my husband is in grad school at a seminary in Portland, which is about 3 hours away. And they've been all online. I can't remember if we've really even talked about this. He's studying counseling. And soon he'll be needing, probably in the fall when they're back having classes, he'll be having to go down there every Monday for in-person classes, most likely. So we didn't, and the only other vehicle we have is like another gas guzzler. It's a Dodge truck. That is a great farm vehicle, but not a great road trip vehicle. So we had.
It's older too.
And it's older. I mean, it just wouldn't be super reliable, and weekly big long trips were not ideal. So we ended up buying what we think is going to be a great car for us. And that was really fun. So we ran into town after our Zoom call and came home with a new car. We had saved all of our stimulus and our tax refund. So we were kind of just sitting on that, and we're starting to feel like, okay, hopefully we can find something soon, because we were worried about that money, like some other emergency coming up, and that stuff that happens. And so we got, I think, a great deal on it. We ended up with a Buick, what's it called? Enclave. And it is lovely. Really, really nice. So now we're kind of broke for a few days till we get paid again. But it was worth it. We really did need it. And I think it is going to save us a lot in gas, because I drive to and from town, which is like,
you guys
20 miles away or something. I don't know, that might be an overestimate. Anyways, it takes me about a half hour to get anywhere. And we do that multiple times a week now that we have ballet, taekwondo, soccer. Like, we just have a lot of things going in multiple directions. And I'm going grocery shopping, doctor visits, everything is that far away. So this gets way better, quite a bit better mileage. And I'm hoping that will make a difference in our monthly budget. So, but that did mean no fun spending for me yet.
And
also, it's still birthday month here. So money is just not using it up for myself at the moment.
She's not ready to go buy that hay yet today.
No, that's not happening right now.
Do you think you'll get that easy grid fabric to work on it?
I have no idea. I haven't done any research on this at all, and I haven't even really.
Julie said she'll help anybody get going on one, because she obviously is a hay enabler.
You may be hearing from me soon again. Maybe not very soon, but
I did want to shout out a couple of gals. I have not watched them yet, but I sorry, we've got a freezer issue going. Sorry.
That's okay. I was going to say, since we did that little giveaway last week, yesterday during our Zoom call, we decided we wouldn't do one during our video today, but we do have last week's giveaway to announce. So
that's right. What did we give away last week?
So last week we were giving away this little pie chart.
Did we announce that last week?
Oh, that was this week.
Okay.
Last week we were doing.
Okay, that's right. You're right.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to double check to make sure I'm not like double giving this away. That would be probably disappointing.
You're so organized, guys.
I'm pretty organized for this stuff. So last week we did. Where is my note? Oh, I know. I had accidentally done it on the week before. So last week.
While she's doing that, I'm going to tell you, if you won this one, and I can't remember, I don't have it written down now. Sue Allen, I think you won this one. It's going in the mail hopefully tomorrow. And Brenda, you won Primrose.
Yes, that's what we announced last week. Brenda won that one last week.
Okay.
And we do have her address. I think I sent it on to you.
Yeah, I think so.
So the winner for this one that we were giving away as of last week is Heather Miller. And Heather, I have a whole package to send to you because you've won a few things, and I was still getting organized in terms of who was getting what. In fact, one time I took these things all to the post office, but forgot your pot holders, and Lydia would have been crushed if I didn't send those on to you. So look here, I'm sticking it right here, Heather, and it's going to go in the post to the post office this week.
It'll be like Christmas in April for Heather.
And then I think I have one other thing I know for sure. This is going to go to. This is still. I'm on backlog. This was for Aunt Nancy Gatz. So this, I will try to stick that in the mail to you this week. And then the last one I know of is that Sandy Halverson is getting Things of Summer. So if you're still waiting on something else that we are forgetting.
Wait, Sandy Halverson, I didn't realize that's the gal that knows Dad.
Yes.
I just all of a sudden made that connection again. I didn't know she was actually watching us.
Well, that was a while ago, so I don't know if she's
Sandy, please don't give up on us. We'll get your gift to you.
Yeah. No, yeah. I thought.
Why did I not make that connection when you first? Oh my gosh. Okay. These are people like a small world. But I did want to I just wanted to point these two Flosstubers out.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
TinaStitches mentioned them today, and I looked them up because Tina stitches a lot of really big, beautiful pieces with lots of specialty stitches, but beautiful, beautiful pieces. And she mentioned this gal named Fancy Lady Cross Stitch, and I'm going to give her a watch. But I pulled up just her channel on my phone, and my phone glares too much. But just looking at her thumbnails of her videos, I'm like, holy moly, I got to watch this girl. Not that I probably would ever stitch anything that she stitches, because it looks like, oh, is she doing snow? Anyway,
Oh,
check
well,
her out. Oops, we don't want to hear her right now. And then the other one that she mentioned, Tina did, was
I should probably write these down. Where's my pen?
girl. And this one came up because she gave a preface to this gal. So this gal is City Stitcher. And apparently there's a group of floss tubers. I didn't know about them, but they call them the Under 1,000 Sub Club. And I guess there's some talk amongst this group of YouTube's practices of unsubscribing people without them knowing to certain channels. And Tina herself said she had been subscribed to Kindred Stitcher and was realizing she wasn't getting any notifications, and she went and looked and she was unsubscribed. She says, I did not unsubscribe from her. So, and that there's some maybe metrics or something that keeps some people down around the same numbers, like they'll all of a sudden lose 5 people but gain 6, and then lose 10, and or whatever. And so there's, yeah, like some of these gals have been floss tubing for a long time and have never gotten to the 1,000. Anyway, so that was her preface, is how I think she found this gal, and she's called City Stitcher, and she talks about, she has some beautiful big pieces too, but she always has a feature called Let's Talk About. And so like one of them is Let's Talk About Silks for You. Let's talk about Big Toe, a designer Big Toe. Let's talk about Frida's fancy something or other. So it sounds like she kind of has a feature of something, which sounded kind of interesting. So I thought I'm going to definitely give her a listen too. So
that's fun.
And she's got like, I mean, she looks like, yeah, she's got some beautiful pieces, but like her subscriber base is 345. But yet I wonder, yeah. So anyway, it was an interesting topic. Not that, you know, Sarah and I are not in it to get thousands and thousands of viewers, but I mean, it is nice to have viewers. You don't want to do it for just nothing. But anyway, she looked really interesting. Somebody that would focus on something like that. And yeah, she's I think been stitching a long time. So those, I just wanted to give those two a shout out. We talked about 614 Stitcher. We talked about TinaStitches. And also I was going to give a plug because she joined our Zoom yesterday. It's Petals in Pins.
Christina.
Her Etsy shop is Quilting with Nico, all one word, and she does project bags. And I do have I have 2 of her bags. And somebody reached out to me on Instagram today that was with us yesterday and said, "Hey, what's her shop?" And I did. It's Quilting with Nico.
I'll put it in the description box below.
And I did go to her shop before I gave the link to Steph, and I bought a bag.
And then you're going to send it to me, right?
It's a Charlie Harper fabric line. It was a made to order. She must have done them at Christmas time because most of the prints were already sold out. And Christina, I think I bought your last one. And it actually is a bird, and it's a winter scene, but it almost looks like it could be fallish. Like it's kind of brownish with maybe little snowflakes. So I thought, oh, it could be like late fall, early winter. But anyway, that I wanted to give a plug out to her shop too, because she does full work, and her prices are really reasonable, and for the beautiful bag that you get. So can't recommend her.
Well, watching some of the quilting she was doing yesterday when she showed, it's beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
Yeah. And
so go check out her shop. Just beautiful works.
Yeah. She doesn't have a lot of inventory in there right now, but I think she's working on some more bags. I think she does it in big clumps. And yeah, give her a look.
What are you reading? Nothing? The same?
Reading Thrush Green. I haven't read for a couple nights. I need to stop scrolling.
I know. Yeah. You should like put your phone somewhere rather than on the couch with you or something at some point. I don't know. It's hard.
Well, I read in bed, and so the phone's right there because it's my alarm.
Oh, so you're scrolling in bed.
Yes, and it's
Oh,
awful. It's terrible to do. I know it's wrong, not
yeah.
wrong, but it's bad for you to do. Although it doesn't keep me from sleeping like
Yeah.
some people it does.
Yeah. It kind of does me. That's why I don't scroll in bed, but
Mhm.
I will scroll too late and then not go to bed because I'm like, well,
Well, I've done that too.
so I don't when I'm in bed, unless I'm like already just gonna have a hard time sleeping for some reason, then I might, but I try not to. So I've just finished Spindle's End and it was really, really fun, really interesting retelling of Sleeping Beauty. It went interesting places that I didn't quite predict. Like part of the way through, I was like, I don't really know where this is going to go. And I don't really know if I want it to go this way. And I hope it goes this way. And so, anyways, really creative and imaginative
I
world
should
building.
read that because I remember really loving it, but I don't remember a lot. I just remember loving that book and reading other things by her because she so won me over with that
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Okay. And I really, the only other thing I had read by her was Beauty. And so now I'm like eyeballing what's on my shelf still. I have 3 other books of hers on the shelf right there by my bed: Pegasus, Outlaws of Sherwood, and The Hero and the Crown, which I'm wondering if that's a King Arthur retelling, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it.
I haven't read any. I just read Beauty and Spindle's End are the only 2 I read by her.
You want more? I've got more, and they're just sitting there. I think I got them all just at different library sales that I've popped through and been like, oh, well, I'm taking that home. But I don't think I'm going to read one of those next. I was in the middle of Rosemary Tree by Elizabeth Goudge.
Mhm.
And I also have Jack, which is Marilyn Robinson's newest book. And I've been wanting to read that since it came out in the fall. So I think I might start that.
Yeah, I need to get going on Maisie Dobbs.
And then I think I need probably a really lighthearted. Jack's going to be on the heavier side. Rosemary Tree is probably in between. And then I think I probably might find something really light and then alternate. I read Spindle's End pretty monogamously for the last couple of weeks because I really wanted to finish it. But
did you, by the way, see that Beverly Cleary died?
I did, which
Yeah,
made
she was
me.
my
I mean, I
favorite.
wasn't sad because she was
I know.
quite
She was old, but
young.
it was kind of
Like
the end of an
100
era
books.
there. She hadn't written
I
for a long time.
know. We love the Ramona books. Rosie was recently reading them.
I don't even know if I told you, but I don't know if I ever told it on the show that when I was in elementary school back in the late 60s, early 70s, we had to write to an author, and I wrote to her and she wrote back.
I wish you still had that letter.
I wish I did too.
That'd be amazing.
That's sad. I know. People hold on to things. Forget this Marie Kono lady. You don't want to get rid of everything. Even if it's not bringing you joy now, it's going to bring you joy later.
Maybe it'll bring your kids and grandkids.
So don't get rid of any of your stuff.
Keep every magazine that you've ever had and put it on your exercise bike. Just hold on to it.
And if this will make you feel better, Julie Dixon, who's another one of our viewers who joined us yesterday, her mama passed away a year ago. I think it was a year ago. And her mom was an avid stitcher, and Julie inherited her stuff. She has 400 whips that are just her mom's whips. 400.
So just
keep your stuff.
We're still fine. We're doing fine. That's basically it.
But it's bringing, and she might have wanted to clean that out at some time, but now look, that's bringing joy to Julie. So, so I won't get rid of anything, Sarah. You're going to inherit everything in this house.
I could just start going through your stuff now and just inheriting it early. I'll be like the prodigal son. Like, how's that yarn in the cupboard there? There was something I was going to say about Beverly Cleary. I thought, oh, she was used to a long, long time ago. She was a librarian in the Yakima Library, which is our.
Was she really? I think I might have known that.
A long time ago. I think before she moved to Portland, and then she ended up in Portland, and then a lot of her books are based there.
Yeah, she's such a classic author. Just
classic. I know. I loved her. I loved her books young, and I love them now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have plans? What are your plans?
Okay, well, I spun my wheel. I have, yes, I'm trying to do some plans. I would like to finish, I think this week, if I worked on it several nights in a row, I could finish my, I brought it, I could finish my Lily Violet Ruffle.
Oh, yeah.
This is my Whip Go piece. Man, the dogs are going again. I'm sorry, they're not even barking at anything. I think I could finish this week. I have, or if not this week, I could get really far on it. And actually, So that's my one of my April whip go pieces. And I actually, when I did a little spin on my Tiny Decisions app that I'm kind of trying to feel out and see whether I like using.
It works really well for me.
Yeah, I see it's getting your hands on a lot of pieces. Getting your hands on a lot of the opposite pieces that you're not spinning. Because I'm going to avoid that one.
One's out, that one's out, that one's out.
So I had already kind of planned that I wanted to work really hard on that piece with my whip go goal. I'm trying to do 8 hours, but I think it won't take me 8 hours to finish that piece.
You're so close.
I'm hoping to finish that sweater so that I can send it home with you to Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really love it. And I don't think I have time. I think it's unrealistic, but I'd love it if I could do an FFO. So that might just mean going and buying a frame and cutting sticky board and putting it in a frame. That would be enough for me to have something like that. So the things that I spun are Snapperland. And I was kind of like, I'm sort of over Snapperland, but maybe I'll do it anyways, because I would like to get it done at some point. So maybe if I work on it just for a little bit on one of the nights. I spun Joyful World, which is, I really do want to work on that one because that's nice to work on. That border is coming along. I spun Snow Queen, which I'm excited to work on. I have not worked on it since we got the threads that I needed.
Okay.
I think every week I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I spun for my Barbara Bourgeot Richards Friends piece. So that's that stitch along that we were doing with just choosing one of those Barbara Bourgeot Richards patterns.
Yes.
And I haven't been really working on that one. I haven't pulled it out for a while. So I'm happy that one popped up. Things of Autumn, which is my other whip go goal, popped up, and the Lily Violet. And today I think I'll work on Gathering Eggs. That one came up for today. So
okay.
What I think I'm going to try to do is touch my whip go pieces every day, one of them for half hour, and then I can switch to whatever the pieces I maybe spun for or something.
I think that's what I was going to do with my whip go, which is hoity-toity. I'm just going to do an hour a night. I'm bumping mine from 8 hours down to 6 hours.
Well, you have multiple challenges going. I just had a whip go.
Yeah, I just needed to be more realistic. So I'm bumping it down to 6 because I want to be successful. And if you're not successful, then you don't continue with it and you just give up. So
and then it's not fun, which is the whole point. It's supposed to be fun.
So I did not spin again because, like I said, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So I was supposed to do, not supposed to. I mean,
are you just going to keep the same things that you spun and see if
pretty much? Although I'm not going to do Easter peep. I'm going to work. I'm actually going to start. I'm going to do a new start. That was also part of my magazine monthly.
By the way, this is it's just so cute. This little planner makes me so happy.
Here, I have the bigger version of it.
I know, yours is also adorable.
I have that small one too. The small one is my personal one. This is my cross stitch one.
Yeah.
But I do love it. I love it.
My personal one is this big wall calendar. That's me.
Yeah. I'm going to start Jardin Privé Patchwork Étoffe. I'm going to start that. I think tonight as my spring summer piece rather than Easter peep. Easter peep's going away for a while. That was, and then I'm going to continue with Snow Garden from Blackbird Designs, and I'm going to do. I didn't do Gathering Eggs, so I'm going to keep that in. Anyway, so I'm going to do keep Snow Garden in from Blackbird Designs. Gathering Eggs is going to stay in. I have my other new start, which is the Hearts and Pines, my new Barbara.
We're both going to work on Barbara Bourgeot. Which night are you working on that?
Yeah, I do want to start that one because I love it. Dumpster Fire Friends, I want to work on. I'm a little iffy about Halloween Squirrel on Friday. Well, we're gonna be at your house, so my stitching time on the weekend is usually less when I come over there. And then Things of Spring again. Things of Summer. I haven't even started Things of Spring. And then Things of Summer. So there's a lot, but if I don't get to all of them, it's okay. Yeah. It's kind of a guide. Your dad has the blue pens at his desk. I think as I'm sitting here thinking about Mania, I'm starting to feel kind of excited about hunting out and kitting up projects for each weekend. I think that's what I'm going to do. New start on the weekends. Tell us in your comments if you're doing Mania and what kind of Mania you're going to do, because clearly anything. I mean, Mania is your own thing, really. And there's even there's a new Facebook group for it, but the original people aren't doing it anymore. So it's not even,
Yeah, I haven't followed. I don't
and I didn't really
know. I
follow
just
the
know
group.
I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just fun.
It's
I've
fun.
really enjoyed that in the past when I've done a weekend whip, because then I kind of then replenish my whips because I don't have enough.
You need more.
Every year I have more whips that I don't really need to replenish. But there's always those pieces that I'm like, oh, someday I already have the pattern maybe. And I'm like, oh, someday I'll start, or it's a kit that I've just got tucked away. I know I have some of those things. So maybe
Oh,
I'll.
Yeah, I'm leaning, and like we said before, maybe before we started recording, I'm leaning towards doing maybe my Alicia Paulson pieces during the week and my Joyful World, obviously during the week, because that has to keep moving. And then doing
Probably plan for it though pretty soon here, so I have time.
maybe a new start on my weekends, like so there'd be 4 new, if there's 4 weekends, there'd be 4 new starts. I know, isn't that so cute? What month is
The
that?
May cover page. Oh my goodness, that makes me really happy.
I don't know.
Okay, do we have anything else? We
Nope.
kind of hit everything. So
I think we hit everything.
thank you for watching and joining in with our chatter.
Yeah.
And
Have a good week.
yeah.
Start something new. Tell us what you're planning for India.
Tell us what we've enabled you to do this week.
Yes. Send us something to show if you want to be featured.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been really, I've liked doing that. That's been fun.
And thanks again to those viewers that joined us yesterday. And we'll try to do it again maybe in a couple months.
Yeah.
We'll do it.